Well, welcome to week 2 of issues and trends. So, one of the topics that we're going to talk about this week is burnout and stress. We all have had it in this job and sometimes in multiple jobs. You've had experienced this. I know I have. And just like with my history at Keystone Treatment Center, I'd burn out and have to leave for a little bit and come back, and you just have to find your balance, and especially new nurses go through a lot of this. So we're going to focus quite heavily on that this week. Let's look at your discussion board first. So when discussing stress and burnout in nursing, the nursing shortage is a concern that comes to the top of the list. So in your discussion board, talk about it, not only legal reasons, ethical reasons, because it is going to become more and more prevalent out there. Now, South Dakota, is kind of rule setting. Um, we don't see a whole lot of it yet. It's definitely there, but not to the point where we have to have a ton of travelers. We have some here and there, but it's going to hit. We can already feel it coming. We can't kick out enough nurses in the state to replace those that are leaving. And I know many of you around the country have had this happening much longer than what we've been going through. All right, so find an article that explores this issue, summarize the article's finding, and add a possible solution to the problem. One thing I want you to keep in mind when you are looking for articles, because you're kind of new to this whole Aspen system, I highly encourage you to click on the Aspen website, go to your courses, and then go to your library and get into the Aspen library. A lot of times, if you look for articles through Google Scholar, or you just put it in your regular search engine, you may have to pay for an article. It's going to be harder to find. Everything through your library is going to be free. So I really encourage you to do it that way. And if you need help getting there, contact me. I'll walk you through it. Once you find that pathway, you're going to be golden and you're going to be set for the rest of your courses. Now let's move on to the assignment. So your assignment again is going to talk about role strain and burnout in nursing. You need to write a minimum of 1,000-word essay here, and keep in mind your title page and your references do not count towards the word requirement. You're only going to be looking at, or I'm only going to be looking at the word requirement, or the content of the paper for your word requirement. So do keep in mind when you're typing that all out, kind of pay attention to where you're at. All right. So what happens to the nurse when role stress or strains becomes too overwhelming? We've all been there. What happens to patient care? It goes down. Find evidence to support this. The more citations and support you have, the stronger your paper, okay? It's not just about opinion in this section. How is this related to a possible ethic and legal issue? Don't be afraid to use some of those articles that you have found or that others have found in the discussion board to put into your paper. No need to, turn the wheel twice here. Use your peers to help you with this. Discuss how nurses can manage or reduce role stress and role strain. It's always kind of fun to see this aspect because we all have different opinions of what we have done or what employers do. All right, explain 2 issues that lead to nurse burnout and discuss a solution for each issue. Now, this next part, you can use first person in there because it's more reflective in nature. The other parts stick with third person. Think of an experience in your nursing profession where you were either felt strain or burnout and how you overcame that. Everybody is going to be able to just pound out this section of the assignment very quickly because we've all been there. Unless you're a real new nurse, you might not have experienced this before. All right, remember this needs to be an APA format. I am going to make a shell for you again that's got the level headings. You can change the level headings if you want. Just make sure you're still following the same rules for the level headings as far as being bolded or flush left or centered or whatever it is. So this way it just kind of helps you get used to writing these APA papers. If you have any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me. Email is always best, but go ahead and text me if you would like, if it's something that I can answer real quick without needing my computer to look something up. My cell phone is 214-0263. We can always talk by phone also if it's something that you want to set up a phone conference for. I think that's all I have for this week. Good luck, and let me know if you need anything.